Well, hello and welcome back, and thank you for coming back. Today, well, you've guessed it, we're in downtown Kato Paphos. We're by the beautiful blue Mediterranean Sea. Have a look at that. And we're on the Kato Paphos promenade, and we're going to take you with us as we go into the Kato Paphos Harbour. But before we do, I want to introduce you to the most beautiful woman in the entire world, Miss Ochin Gracivia Leboeuf.
Hello everybody, how nice to see you again and again.
And again. Right, Gracivia Leboeuf, let's have a little look and see what our first Gumbaru is up to. He's an absolute superstar, and as usual, he's always a busy chap. There he is, Mr. Paulus. He's always busy.
Smiling.
And that man smiling in the background, he's going to give that man some money, and his girlfriend's going to look even more beautiful than she already does. Now, Mr. Paulus, what he does what we call temporary tattoos, or some people call them fake tattoos. And these are my favourite ones, because we understand a lot of people come to Paphos to get married. So there's bridesmaids, that sort of thing. So this sort of thing can look absolutely stunning. And if you want something like that, very simple, on a wrist or on your hand, you can. Or if you want a little dragon or whatever, you can. Absolutely wonderful, that's for sure. Thanks, Mr. Paulus. He's an absolute star and a very busy guy indeed. Gracivia?
Yes, I do like what he does, and I would like to say that if you want something permanently, as we say, why not?
Yeah, exactly. The next stars on our little trip.
Gracias.
There's Katerina, and there's the man himself, Mr. Konstantinos. He's obviously, he's putting something onto his ching chong chow mein rice. There we go. There we are. That's it. He's been to the Chloe restaurant, stole a bag of rice, and now he's naming it all up. And he's an absolute star. If you're curious to know what he does, well, what he does is he puts your name on a grain of rice. There it is in several different languages. Well, English, Russian and Greek to be precise. And what he does, he puts your name on a grain of rice, then it goes in one of these little vials that you choose, and then it goes on a bracelet, if you understand me, or a pendant. And they also do seashells, which they can put your name or your message on as well. And all it costs you is €8, and you get something that's totally unique. And there he is, Mr. Konstantinos, blowing his kisses, and there's his sweet wife, who never gets far away from his right-hand pocket. She's always very close to that pocket. Very close. Yes, there we are. He's not talking about the size of that. She's getting closer. There we are. They have a very close relationship, that's for sure. Thank you very much. Absolute stars is what they are. Over the road there, you've got a great cafe restaurant, and it's called the Harbour. And in my opinion, that's the best pizza, certainly in the Kato Paphos Harbour area. And we've been there a couple of times and had it, and it is a very nice pizza indeed. Now, got a bit of a queue over here, because this is one of the braiders. Okay, there's Jenny the best. There she is. And she's braiding like crazy, because she is Jenny the best. So if you want to get braided, that's the person to come to. And then hiding around the background is Mr. Mark, who's got my hat on, as usual. One of these days, Mr. Mark, I'm going to come and get your hat. And he's a very nice guy, and she's a great girl. She's been here doing this for over 12 years now. There he is, Mr. Chris. He speaks perfect English.
How are you?
Yeah, he's got a nice blue hat on his head. Yeah. And if you're wondering what Mr. Chris does, well, what he does is Mediterranean sea sponges. That's what he does. There we are. And he's a really nice guy indeed. Yes. Ooh. What's he showing? What is it? What are they? What are they?
It's you know how you call it?
The eye of the sea.
Ah,
yes,
okay.
The sea eye.
Sea eyes.
And you can, yes.
Right.
You know,
So we're going to set up a rival stall right there, and we're going to sell that. How much are they worth? €10, €20?
Well, we don't say price.
we don't say
€20
no.
a pop. Anyway, the other day I came, he had some more. Well, the other day I came, he ran out of shark tooth, so he caught a shark, ate it, said it was very nice indeed. Yeah. And his brother said so as well. Even the local policeman comes for a piece, because he was behind us then when I said yes. He's quite a nice guy. He cannot be in camera because it's illegal for a public official to be on camera. But he's a nice guy. Well, he'll probably shoot me later, but at the moment he's a nice guy. Anyway, shark teeth, €15 a pop. If you buy two, I'm sure he'll do them for 25. Is that right? Yeah. He's a nice guy. And he's got all sorts of things going on. Look at him. He's waiting his turn. He's waiting his turn. Just so you understand, Mr. Chris has got a son as well. And his son has a name, and that is Mr. Mike. I'm almost falling over here. And he's got his very own diving centre, and it's called Into the Blue. and he's PADI registered. He's on TripAdvisor. There's his contact details. If you're inside Cyprus, 96218976, and if you're outside, you need the code 00357. There we go. Receive your booth. Is it noisy? Is it loud?
My goodness, the shark saying that it's gonna now come and eat you.
Eat me? I didn't kill his brother. He did. He's the one. He's the one. Right. One of our greatest friends, Mr. Hector. You right, Mr. Hector? Yeah? What are you listening to? What are you listening to? Yeah? Is it music? What sort of music? Is it dancing music?
No.
It's not dancing music. Ah, the news. He's listening to the news. He's listening to the news. If you're wondering, Mr. Hector is a great artist. He actually does portraits, even of dogs, as you can see, and more often than not, you'll catch him doing a caricature. The reason for that is caricature only takes about 10 to 15 minutes and it only costs 20 euros. If you want a portrait, that takes 4 to 5 sittings, and of course it costs 100 euros. So most people have a caricature, like Rowan Atkinson. He came down and had one. She came down and had one. She came. All these people came. And they had a caricature drawn by that guy. And he's a great artist. Even the dog. He paid. He threatened to bite.
Another one, dog. Yeah.
Hey, hold on. We've got another dog. Hold on a sec. We've got another dog. There's another dog. Whoa, there we are. That's a handsome dog, isn't it? Isn't that a handsome dog?
Wow.
That's a
It's
very,
a
very
Doberman.
handsome dog indeed.
It's Doberman?
And did he pay as well?
He paid, yes.
Yes, he paid. He threatened to bite him, then they negotiated, and then they paid. Anyway. I think he's trying to get my wife's phone number now. There we go.
No, he's saying that he's got a lot of pictures.
Yeah,
and
I'm
of
sure.
course he can't bring all of
No,
them
it's not
here
possible.
on show.
Not
But
possible.
of course in the picture or on Facebook,
Yeah.
he's got many
Yeah, if you go onto his Facebook page, you're going to find all the portraits and the caricature he's done. Because I'm telling you, he's doing hundreds. He does 4 or 5 a day minimum. There we are. There's one of our little gumbarus. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Very, very nice indeed. Thanks, Mr. Hector. He is a star. He really, really is a good guy. And he is a great, great artist indeed. Now, we have another braider. Look at that. This is Layla, and she can braid the life out of you. Again, you come down, choose your braid, choose the little pieces, the little word love, letters, your letters, whatever you want to be, and she'll braid you. Normally costs between 5, 10, 15, 20 euros or thereabouts, that's for sure. Receive the yellow booth. Bye.
He has graduated an artist university in Georgia.
Yeah, I understood that. Yeah. I spoke to him off
he's not
camera, yeah.
just- Yes, and he said that he graduated it with an excellent marks.
Yeah. I understand he's a very, very good artist indeed. Now, unfortunately, there's something playing in the background, so come on, Gracivi in a booth. We have got to get a move on. Stick with us, because this is going to get us a copyright strike. We've got to get past this music, that is for sure. So stick with us as we enter the downtown Kato Paphos Harbour area. There it is. There we are. So this is where the promenade converges and now joins the harbour area, and we will wait for Gracivi LaBouffe to catch us up. She won't be long. Let's have a look. We've lost Gracivi LaBouffe, but if you understand, we've just come past a kiosk that sells hats and sunglasses and that sort of stuff. We've just found Gracivi LaBouffe. There we are. That's the beautiful woman coming up behind us.
I couldn't run, unfortunately,
No.
Mr. Paul.
Not in that dress and those shoes.
No, otherwise.
Right, stick with us. We are now going to enter the Kato Paphos Harbour area, and hopefully we're going to make some new friends. But we're certainly going to introduce you to our old friends along the way. So stick with us. Here we go. This is the Kato Paphos Harbour. There's one of our gumbaros on the side there playing the violin. He's actually quite a good guy. So if you do see him, drop some money in his little box, because that's what he's chosen to do. And he's not a bad musical artist, shall we say. A few fishermen, and then just over here you've got Mr. Costas, who is in, well, competition with Mr. Hector, shall we say, and he does a caricature. He says in 5 minutes, takes about 10 to 15 minutes, and again you cross his palm with 20 euros and you'll go home with a very, very special gift indeed. Now stick with us, because one of our superstars is just that little bit further away. We'll keep him as a surprise, and then when we get to him we'll turn around and see what he's got to say. Silvia?
Yeah, the hairiest man.
Oh,
That's
she's given the game away. But yes, the hairiest man in the whole of Paphos, possibly in the whole world. There he is. What a smile. There we are. You all right, Mr. Yanis? Good? Are you busy?
Quiet. To be honest, it's quiet.
How you doing with the girlfriends?
All the time.
All the time. There we are.
All the time.
Such a modest man. All the time. Hairiest man. His hair's growing back. That's for sure.
But the business is quiet today.
It's quiet today. Is it? What day is it today? Wednesday.
When many people, nothing. I don't cut nothing for morning.
No, not for more than nothing. Nothing.
I am here from 1:30. I come.
Yeah, 1:30.
Nothing.
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 Oh.
Magic.
Now, let me tell you what Mr. Yanis does. Mr. Yanis is in charge of various boating cruises. So, just so you understand, as you come from the promenade and as you're about to join the harbour, you'll find him the hairiest, really, really nice guy in the world, by the way. Really, really nice guy. And what he's doing is promoting Venus Sea Cruises. So that's €50 for the full day cruise, including your lunch, or €38 for a half day. Again, you get a lunch. He's also in cahoots with CY Dive, which is a local diving firm, which is just on the Kato Paphos promenade there. So he doesn't push the price up, if you understand. What happens is he introduces you, they give you their set price, and he gets a small commission. The same with this one, the Blue Lagoon Cruises. Adults €20, children 10. But if you want to be transferred, you have to pay the transfer, obviously. Under 3 years of age is free, and you get free fruit and wine and that sort of stuff. And then you've got this one, which is €40, and it goes from Latchi, which is on the other side towards Polis. Yeah. They always pick you up, by the way. When it says transfer, they're going to come and get you, and you give Mr. Yanis your name and your hotel or your apartment complex, and they'll come. And then this is Mr. Yanis' new baby. This is a Zorki, and this is where he plans to have his wild parties. So, if you're booked to go on that boat, and he's getting on that boat, don't get on that boat. There we are. You're right, Mr. Yanis. Yeah. Now, we wish you luck. Tomorrow you'll have a good day. You will. Wednesday's a funny day. It's a very, very funny day. Thanks, Mr. Yanis. But he is a really, really nice guy. He really, really is a nice guy. He's honest as the day is long, and he'll do everything in his power to make sure that you have a great, great day, that's for sure. The next Gumbaru on our travels, that's the boss himself with the cigarettes hanging out of his mouth. That's Mr. Rikos, and this is the super jumbo boat, 2.5 hour cruise. They go, well, you get a free lunch, you get to see turtles, you get to see a shipwreck, yes, and you get to go out at 3 o'clock, €25 if you're an adult, €10 if you're a child. If you're less than 2, it's free. Obviously, you don't understand that, but if you're less than 2, it's free. Thanks, Mr. Rikos. He's always here, and often our Gumbaru in the daytime, Mr. Philites, the big guy with a funny hat and a tongue, he promotes the same cruise, as does Mr. Yanis. So if you want to go on it, please pop down to this area. All the cruises are down here. We're now about to enter the Kato Paphos Harbour, and there we are. The girl in charge tonight, that's Sweet Roxanne, and she's promoting all of the cruises, that's for sure. Night cruises. You all right, Roxanne? Yeah? Busy? She's always busy. She's got a lovely smile and she has a lovely way with her, and they'll always make sure that you have a great, great holiday. Their big boy in the arsenal, if you understand, is that one over there, and it's called the Ocean Vision. And there's Jello. That's Mr. Jello. This is the little cat that's come all the way down. He's an absolute beauty. He's having a little feed. There you are, Mr. Jello. Yeah.
Is it girl or boy?
He's a little boy. And Mr. Jello hangs out at the Jalama restaurant, but as you may have noticed, Mr. Jello is able to get bribes wherever he wants to go because he understands that he's a star. Let's take him with us and let's deliver him. We're going to deliver him. We're going to deliver him back. There she is, absolute star. You all right?
Hello.
This is the King's Restaurant, a great, great restaurant and always busy. And that's one of our favourite Gumbarus. Yes, you right? So stick with us as we keep going into the harbour area and we deliver Mr. Jello back to his owner, because Mr. Jello understands he's in the wrong location. So stick with us as we enter the area known as the Pelican Restaurant. There it is. The oldest and most famous restaurant in the whole harbour area. And it's famous for two things. It's got its own pelican and, well, it does very, very good food indeed. So stick with us as we show you some of the restaurant area. There it is. Absolutely packed out. Mr. Yanis? Nope, Mr. Andreas, you all right? There he is. He's in charge tonight. And there we go. This is our favourite little restaurant. There is our man called Mr. Ryan, the manager. And we've brought him his cat.
How you doing?
He's at the wrong restaurant again. There we are. Come on, Mr. Jello, get back. You're home. There we are. That's Mr. Shamak, bar manager, Layla, and you've got all the triplets in there, I think. You've got Emmanuel, you've got Mr. M, so therefore somewhere there's Mr. Marios, and somewhere in the background will be some other people as well. We'll come back, keep that one for us, please, if you would. Number 17. Whoa, there he is. Sorry, we have to say hello to the trainee manager, Mr. Emmanuel.
No, not trainee manager.
No, not trainee manager. No. He's the most handsome man in the whole of Harbour area, that's for sure. Great guy. We're all stars. Next one along, Centre of the Castle. Great restaurant. And as usual, well, have a look at this. I can say all I want, but have a look at that. Well, it's busy. It's busy. It's packed out. Absolutely packed out. Have a look at that. That is fresh fish, that's for sure. Look at that.
Wow, beautiful.
And there's the superstar himself with a smile on his face. There he is, Mr. Six Pack.
The people want the tomahawk steak surfeited with 2 jumbo.
Yep.
The tipo steak they want it surfeited with the lobster.
Right.
Make sure garlic sauce, cook it to perfection, please.
There we are. That's
Look
the
at
boss.
that. Look at that.
There he is.
Look at that.
Look at that. Isn't that nice?
What is this?
This is tipo steak,
Yeah.
and this is a tomahawk steak.
There we are. Look at that.
People like to have it with jumbo,
Yes.
tiger, prawns, and lobster
Wow.
surfeited to share for 2 or 3.
Absolutely fantastic. What a great restaurant. And a star. Six Pack Andy, the one and only.
There you
An
go.
absolute star. The next one, there it is. Stevie's, one of the greatest cocktail bars on the block. There's the man himself, that's the boss. That's the boss there. Don't let him tell you he's not the boss, because that's the boss. That's Mr. Costa, and he is the boss. And there he is. That's Mr. Ooh La 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 La. You right, Ooh La? Go on, get him. Absolutely packed out as usual, as you can see. Packed. Absolutely packed. Welcome back. There we are. Watch him in work. He's an absolute star. True star. There's nobody that can do the job that he does. Now, we're into the Paphos Harbour. This is what it's called. It's been renamed as the Harbour of the Paphos. There we go. And unfortunately, somebody has stolen my boat.
It's not your boat. Stop saying.
All right, it's not my boat, but it's missing, that's for sure. But look at that beautiful harbour. Look at the calmness and the tranquility of it. There's some fishing boats, some speeding boats, some fishing boats, and a couple of gumbaras with grey boats. If you're naughty, they're going to find you, beat you, and maybe even shoot you. Receive your Paphos.
It's so sticky, I have to say that I feel like I was boiled, taken out.
They were waving in the background. There we go. Right, go on, Grisivia. There we are. Thanks. Continue, Grisivia Paphos.
Yeah, I feel very sticky. I hope that when later on it's not going to be that sticky. Yeah, I know it's going to be hot, but not sticky. I'm just protesting. I would like to tell you many thanks for watching. We're loving you to bits, and come to see some other of our madnesses.
All that's left for me to say is thanks for watching, and if you do like what you see, hit the like, click subscribe, and come back for a little bit more of our madness. There we are. Absolute superstars who are photobombing us in the background. There we are. Great girls, that's for sure, and they're having a great holiday. Thanks for watching.
It's lovely how the girls were having fun.
They're having a good time.
Yeah,
There we
of
are.
course, why not? This is a life. Thank you so much. And don't forget to come back to see another of our, how can I say?
She's lost her English.
Not madnesses, but I wanted to say in another way, but
Well,
now I've lost it.
yes.
Mr. Paul, you're stealing all my
I'm
English.
stealing my English back.
What is going on
Right,
here?
good night, Grisivia Paphos. Let's have a twirl. Look at that. Absolutely spectacular.